Welcome to Sneaky Athletic. I'm Chandler Farmer. I'm actually recording this intro in post currently because we had a very special guest on, Mr. Logan Pyeatt. Great friend of the pod, and sponsor of the pod. It's his second time on, and he does a great job. We talk about all kinds of stuff from his golf game to his podcast that he has out, and seriously everything in between, some old Twitter stuff. Great episode. We got that coming up right after a shout out to our sponsors, Fertilizer Service Company. They're up there in God's country, Northwest Missouri, off Highway 59 in Fairfax, Mo. They're extremely busy now. I think they have a little bit of a breath of fresh air with this rain, but they can supply you with all of your fertilizer needs. So if you need them, hit them up at 660-686-2402. And you guys know they're keeping God's country as good as she grows. All right, let's get started.
My heart, my soul, I gave it all. But loving you was never easy.
Which side is it coming in on?
Coming through my left side.
Side.
Up on the left side.
Okay.
I'm glad we're recording now.
Are you really?
Yeah. So this week we have a special guest on. Very special guest. He's been on before. Great friend of the pod, sponsor of the pod. That's Logan Pyeatt.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. I already said coming already. That took about 3 seconds. How you been, man?
Oh, not too bad. Just been pretty busy, but now it's awfully wet up here, so hopefully going to catch up on a little bit of golfing, some of that shit,
That's
which
what
I understand. That's what you've been doing today?
Yeah, and I was going to get to that. I know you're an avid golfer. Basically invented golf in Fairfax, Missouri. Am I correct?
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a bold claim at all, bud, that I invented golf in Fairfax, Missouri.
Well,
No,
I'm glad we're
certainly
keeping it
did not.
real.
Did you know? So am I correct that there was no high school golf at Fairfax until your freshman year?
You've been doing your research or what?
I know some things.
Yeah, high school golf in Fairfax didn't come along until 2004, which would have been my freshman year. How old were you guys in 2004?
Like 9.
8.
Boy, something. But yes, we kind of pioneered it, I guess. But I wasn't the only one on the team. That's what you're getting at.
Interesting. What you sipping on? So, for those of you that don't know, Pyeatt has a extremely successful podcast with Rebel Herron.
We're using that term kind of loosely now, aren't we?
Well, I'm a part of it, so I'm just going to, like, a very small part. I get to edit it, so I'm going to throw all the adjectives at it.
You're the backbone of it. Rebel and I have already discussed that. You're the glue that holds this thing together.
What is the campaign quote? Filipino tilt-a-whirl workers are this nation's backbone. That's me.
All Rebel and I do is drink bourbon, say shit, and come, and then you just mix everything together to make us sound like not such morons.
It's fun.
It's pretty much what he does here.
Yeah, it's a fun job. I enjoy it a lot. I do it for 2 podcasts. But what are you drinking on?
Today I am going with, we've had it on our podcast before, some Wild Turkey Rare Breed, Rebel's favorite. It's a little hot for me, but I figured if I was going to sit down with you two assholes, I wanted something a little extra burny to get me there a little quicker.
When you say you had it on before, what did it say?
What? We did a bourbon review on Wild Turkey Rare Breed once before.
Oh, okay.
That's so Alec's not
I'm not
an
Alec's
avid
not a
listener, but
Clearly.
they start off every podcast with a bourbon review.
Okay.
Because it gives them a great excuse to drink bourbon every time they do a podcast, which is a genius idea.
Thanks for the support, Alec. Appreciate it, bud.
I'm allowing you to explain one of your key components. Like, what are you talking about here?
The bread and butter of the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come with the bit now.
Rebel pay you to say that? This is the bread and butter of the podcast? You having a little bourbon over there on your end, too?
I am. I'm sipping on some Woodford Reserve.
Woodford Reserve. That's one of Reb's favorites. So are you going to give us a quick rating on that?
I can tell you one thing. It's
What's
smooth.
that? It's fucking smooth.
It's fucking smooth, bud.
So fucking smooth.
I would give it easily 4 fingers.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm so glad that we hijacked Rebel's Bourbon Review to do your podcast.
It's so great.
Nice.
And
I mean, I've got a bottle around here. I guess I can sip on some and tell you what I think. I don't think it'd be 4, but I can't wait till Reb listens to it.
What did you give that originally? I think it was I don't know. They should go. The people should go, if you haven't heard, go listen. I believe it's episode 5. Go check it out.
Double Fistin', episode 5. That's right. Because we try Larceny first, and then we go with some Wild Turkey Rare Breed, because Larceny is fucking trash.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
It's a bad deal.
Also a crime.
All around bad.
Yeah.
It's not
no
good.
arguments here. Alec, are you sipping on anything?
Yeah, y'all making me just feel a little inferior. I just have a bottle of Leinenkugels here, summer shandy, getting into the summer groove.
There's no shame in that. I like Leinenkugels.
It's good.
And you got some White Claws, which we're all on Team Seltzer.
I forgot I had those White Claws, honestly, so it was a nice surprise.
I just polished off a Bud Light Black Cherry Seltzer right before I poured this bourbon. So, I mean, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm in the seltzer game.
What's your favorite one?
Vizzies all day long. Because they're
Vizzies?
good for you.
Vizzy.
They have antioxidants.
Vizzies.
Yeah, it's Vizzy, correct?
Yes. You've had them, haven't
Yeah,
you?
they're
Didn't you
really
send me a
good.
Snapchat?
You
I
get them
fucking
at
love
Whole Foods. You get them at...
You get them at the Fairfax convenience store.
There
That's
you
how
go.
popular they are.
That's about the exact opposite of Whole Foods.
Yes, indeed.
You couldn't be further away
Yeah.
from each other.
But they're
Whole
more-
Foods and Fairfax convenience store.
They're more like, it's like strawberry kiwi. They do like blended flavors more, and like where like the rest of it's like black cherry, mango.
Pineapple passion fruit.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're a little thicker.
Viscosity.
They've got that viscosity.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
good
you're on
word.
the team.
Okay, what's your favorite?
I mean, the mango White Claws are extremely good.
Agreed.
They're so hard to pass up. Black cherry White Claws.
Yeah, you were drinking Pounders today.
Yeah, so I was going to get into that. But when we went to golf, girlfriend and I went out and played 9. And I can't.
So risky, by the way.
Why?
Playing golf with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is she a golfer?
No, she's not.
Yes. In her heart.
I literally hit the cart with a ball because she was parked in front of me. And like she pulled up like and I felt so bad. Very risky, but it went well. But at the country club we went to, you can't go inside of it. So you have to just call. And I was like, oh, I'm here. Like I had a tea time for 11. You guys have White Claws? And they're like, yeah, we have mango black cherry. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take 6 of each.
I'll take all those.
I was like, whatever. If we don't drink, I'm going to take them home. Well, he brings them out and they're all fucking pounders. And I was like, we are going to die. We hadn't eaten breakfast. We just
What do you
went
mean by
out there.
pounders?
16-ounce White Claws
Okay.
instead of 12-ounce. So every 3 you drink, you're drinking 4 regular White
Yep.
Claws.
Back home, the 16s we call them Pounders.
Well, a pint's a pound. Makes the world go round.
Bingo. Could
But
have said it better myself.
So we're all for the metric system.
well, that's the Imperial.
I'm just...
But I'm team metric. Wait, how does it?
You want to introduce the metric system?
No, I'm asking you, how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about the metric system?
Yeah.
I mean, I use them both. I'd say I primarily use standard, but
Let's say how much
I mean,
of
if I
your
need
work, how much of your work life would be metric?
there's, I mean, not very many liters and shit like that. I mean, like I said, I know how to do it, but for the most part, we're still in quarts. And
I
pints
thought
and
you were the
whatnot.
leader.
Interesting.
You're fucking throwing me off.
What was I gonna
Where are we
say?
going?
I
You got
don't
me on the
know.
metric system?
I don't
Gerald
know.
Ford?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
go
What the
ahead.
fuck is
Assembly
going on
line?
around here?
Who?
We'll get
I
to
don't
it
like
at
when
some
you pull
point
up a
in time.
notebook. What's going on?
Oh, I have a lot of stuff to ask you.
This is the first question I wrote down is, how do I podcast? You're so good at it. I just need I need
Mhm.
some tips from you.
Agreed.
Am I being set up? What the fuck is going on
I mean,
here?
it was like quickly for those you don't know. I mean, Pyeatt, you just texted me and were like, "Hey, what should I buy? Then all of a sudden you're just like leaps and bounds. You guys just exploded. Took off like a rocket, like Elon Musk over there.
Well, basically, if you want to learn how to podcast, like I told you earlier, just do whatever you say to do. You sent me a fucking grocery cart full of stuff on Amazon, which I thought that you could get into podcasting for like $300, and then $1,400 later, you have about half the shit you need.
Exactly,
and then, it just kind of goes from there.
That's what everybody thinks at first.
Yeah, once you buy that much stuff, then you realize like the 4 really important things you're missing. And then about about that point in time, you're like, well, fuck, I need an extra one of these. Because like I only had you get 3 mics to start, and then you're like, nope, need a 4th. Like, need all this.
We've got 4 now because we have some guests coming on, hopefully later on this summer. Some big time hunting guys that we're going to get on here to try to boost the numbers up a little bit. But
drum up some hype. Aside, what are you going to talk about? Drum up some hype. What are you going to talk about with them?
Are these household names, or are they just big Instagram influencers?
I mean, they're basically just big Instagram influencers. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the company Dux, D-U-X. Probably not.
But we can find them like, on your page.
Right over the top.
We can find them on your page.
You won't be able to buy them on my page. But no.
Looking Glass? Not on Looking Glass yet?
Well, the Looking Glass website's going to go up here this summer also. My wife's putting that together for me.
Shout out Hallie.
Yeah, after a lot of negotiation, I guess she's going to get like 70% of all the profits.
Well, I mean,
she has to do 100. She's doing all the work.
In the end, she'll probably just take all of it from you.
More than likely, which I'm totally fine with. I mean,
she deserves
it
for
the notoriety. Exactly, she does. She's a good girl. But back to your question about podcasting.
Yeah.
All bullshit aside, I'm not just kissing your ass because this is your show, but Reb and I would not be able to do this if it wasn't for you, because there's no fucking chance in hell that I could figure out how to mix all this and edit it and do all that. So
I appreciate that.
It's episodes fun. Being good, 100% on you.
No, you guys put out some good content, that's for sure. And you have some great guests on. There's some funny guys. So everybody should definitely go check out the Looking Glass Duck Club podcast. I don't even know if we've said the name yet, but
we have.
You
when
know
we
by
shout
now.
them out on the.
Oh yeah, we've definitely mentioned you guys a couple of times. But yeah,
thanks guys.
That was
a couple of real sweethearts.
That was my first question, just how to podcast. But you guys have been getting.
You've been doing this for over a year.
Well,
year.
Have we?
Yeah, whatever. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, pop that top off.
Oh man, I'm sweating down here. Once I start
look
pouring the bourbon in me, quit it. I'm gonna shut the phone off.
So this pretty much happens every time you podcast. It's just you take an article of clothing off.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of turned into a segment. One time it was pants, a hoodie. Reb took his jockstrap off one episode.
Oh man!
Do you also put the
it's so
clips
much
up on
bigger than I
YouTube?
thought it would be. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Well, I said, do you put the clips up on YouTube? But what is so much bigger than you thought it would be?
Oh, that's another thing I was going to ask you, Chandler. We don't have the YouTube capabilities yet, so you might as well go ahead and fill my cart with that stuff, and we'll try to figure that out as we go.
Yeah, we can. You just find another tick?
Yes.
We've been finding ticks all over us. We went and disc golfed. But to get back to your question, yeah, I mean, we could probably set up. I've been thinking about. I think I'm going to try to get us some new equipment. He's trying to kill these ticks. We found a combined double-digit ticks on us today.
I am at 7 currently. I found
5
on me today.
I don't do ticks, man. Not a fan.
Yeah, I found one while I was waiting to pick up my food. Like I ordered dinner, went to pick it up, like gave the waitress my credit card, and I felt one on my neck and had to be like, "Excuse me, I'm gonna go outside. I'm just a scoundrel with ticks all over me," and walked outside.
Ugh.
Excuse me, I'm a meth head, and I've got to go scratch these bugs off my neck.
Exactly.
I have a friend he's from Fairfax. I won't say his name, but he loves to mushroom hunt, and he goes out every year. And no shit, I think I know the last 2 years for sure, maybe the last 3 years, he has found a tick on his penis.
What a terrible spot.
Happens every single time. One time it was on the tip. This last time it's on the shaft. But
why
so much
did
blood?
He want to share that?
I don't know, man. Me and my buddies just pretty much talk about everything.
This is
no
an open
barred.
door policy.
And we got an open door policy over here.
Have one of you taken it off?
What's that?
Have one of you taken one of the ticks off?
No, his wife burned it off with a match.
Oh.
I'm not shitting you either. She burned.
Really?
That's how you get him. I mean, the head was buried in his head.
Yeah, that's how
so
you get it.
Burn it off with a
Head
match.
is buried in his head. I think we call that docking. That's what that is.
You guys ever tried that?
A little bit of this action right here.
Yeah, you
no,
pull the skin over the top.
Nope, not for me. But
Alec,
hey,
you're looking at me like I have, but no, I haven't. Just for the record.
If it's for you, hey,
I mean, you asked about it.
Not you, Pyeatt, specifically, but anyone listening. If it's for you, hey, more power to you. It's just not for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not going to downgrade the Dockers. There's no shame in it.
Well,
Dockers are listeners too. They subscribe just like everybody else.
All right.
You can get clicks from Dockers like anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got? Any questions?
Let me fire them off. So let's go
Said
through
he had
all
a whole
yours.
slew of them.
Exactly.
I'm nervous. What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't really have much else. I was going to ask you about just general reaction back home. What is the general consensus been? I know you've been getting a decent amount of positive. Any negatives yet, or are you guys just riding the gravy train?
How do you feel as a superstar?
You talking about podcast wise?
Yeah.
It's mostly been positive. I'd say like 98% positive. I've been to like the grocery store, Casey's and stuff like that. And there's been a couple people that I never would guess even knew what a podcast was. And been like, hey, I listen to your podcast every week. I love it. And it's like older ladies and shit. I'm like, no, please, don't do that anymore. Like, what are we talking about?
People who had to ask other people where the podcast app was on their phone or like listening to your podcast.
That's exactly right. And hopefully maybe they don't know what we're talking about, but I assume everybody knows what shit and farts. And
it's kind of the basics, honestly.
It's too many gay innuendos, but for some reason, Reb and I'll even like sit down with our notes and be like, okay, so we're going to try to steer clear of these. And then the motherfucker goes right to them every single
definitely
time.
not saying these words and then immediately hits the buzzwords.
What do you think that
shit
means?
Always gets brought up.
Why do you think you do that?
I don't know. Have you ever met Rebel Herron? I think if you met Rebel, you'd understand. That's just who he is. He's so quick-witted and hilarious that the conversation can go anywhere. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, that's a good little segue into what I was going to ask you.
Fire him off.
So I wanted, you said that's just who he is, and you just have to know him. So I want to know a little bit more about who you are and how to know you. So I want you to explain some of your tweets here that I have found.
Oh, explain that tweet.
We went dumpster diving for my old tweet.
I wouldn't say dumpster diving. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh, Jesus. I got Twitter in like 2008, so God only knows what some.
And we all know you never delete any of your tweets. They're out there forever.
So exactly. I'll never be a politician.
I literally went and wiped my Twitter clean, changed my name, and then made a new Twitter with the same name as my old one, and just started fresh.
Just to get a clean slate.
Yeah.
What kind of nasty shit you have on there, bud?
Here's the thing: is the same thing as you. Is like it was so long ago, like I couldn't go through like thousands of tweets. Like it was just safer to wipe it.
Okay, I understand. Is this going to embarrass the hell out of me, or?
I don't know. How ashamed are you of this tweet? There's no way 50 Shades of Black can be worse than 50 Shades of Gray, spoof or not. First, what is 50 Shades of Black?
I tweeted that?
Do you know that movie?
You tweeted that January 29th of 2016.
Boy.
50 Shades of Black?
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
I don't remember what 50 Shades of Black was.
It was like the scary movie spoof movies?
Yeah.
It was like that, but for 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
Okay, well, I was most certainly not being...
No, you were promoting it. You said it was going to be better than 50 Shades of Grey. You must have really hated 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, did you ever see 50 Shades of Grey?
Of course not.
I did.
Why would I waste my time?
Yeah, I most certainly did too. And I don't see how that made... I get how the books could probably made him hornier, but the made girls horny, but the movies did not do anything for me.
How many
It almost
books
kinda
have
creeped me
made
out.
you horny?
Oh, books or magazines?
Books.
A couple, I'd say.
People eat up the graphic novels.
No, I think it's a very real thing. I just want Pyeatt to.
I've never read a
explain it to
graphic
us.
novel. I was just like old National Geographic book
Yeah, really.
with those old pancake titties, the 44 longs in there, when you're a kid and you're checking that out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. All right. No, fair enough.
Next tweet.
All right. On January 12th of 2016, you tweeted, "Root for the team, not for the city, but I sure don't want at Raiders in St. Louis." So I agree with you on this because I hate St. Louis as well. But why did you say that?
Because I would probably say that St. Louis, for me, has got to be the most hated city, and it's not just because sports teams, because that place is just kind of a shithole altogether. Like, I do not enjoy going there and hanging out there or anything. So at that time, I think it was down between like San Antonio, St. Louis, and Vegas. So I was really pulling for San Antonio, but just anything other than St. Louis. Like, go ahead.
Why'd you want San Antonio so much?
I don't know.
I don't think
Texas.
it's a bad city, but I just wondered why. I think it would be a good, honestly, a pretty decent spot. But yeah, I was just curious.
Talking about San Antonio or St. Louis?
San Antonio.
We're pretty anti-St. Louis as well.
We're
Right.
on
Yeah.
the
No,
same page.
I was all for San Antonio. I've been to San
That-
Antonio. It's
that's
a
what I'm
beautiful
saying.
city.
Yeah, it would be a good spot. Yeah.
What do you think about the Raiders being in Vegas?
I'm pretty jacked about it.
Yeah.
Just because. Are we going to try to make it out there and go to a game in
For
Vegas
sure.
or what?
For sure.
I figured as much. I mean, I think tickets are fucking expensive right now, even if you get nosebleed. But
Oh, yeah.
once Vegas is opened back up, then who cares? Go out there and
Go out there and
little
win
extra money.
some.
Well, it kind of also
Yeah, that's how
depends
it
if-
works.
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly. You've been out there plenty of times. We've all been out there.
Do they split you up or do they not? Do they make you keep your distance in the stadium?
Oh, for right now?
Yeah, what's going on?
We don't know. I mean,
that's a huge factor.
This will
on how much
probably
the
be like
tickets
a
are.
2021.
Yeah, that would be a better idea.
Even
Oh,
if
we can go ahead and do it this fall.
I mean
They
that's
play in
if
December.
they might be back by then, but I'm sure tickets will be very expensive. They're all going to be trying to make back their money that they've lost.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Are you guys kind of freaking out a little bit that there may not be football?
I don't know if I'll be able to live.
What?
Yeah, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah. That controls my whole life. Like, that's my internal count. Like, my internal calendar is set to football season.
I'm going to be such a nerd. I'll regress into complete.
I mean, I'll just crumble, I think. I don't know that
It won't be great.
Going to total darkness?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I won't start reading books. It won't
it won't get that bad.
it won't get that bad, but it'll get pretty bad. You think
Yeah, if there's no sports, you guys are just going to have to change it to the Sneaky Podcast.
Yeah,
and then
I mean,
we're going to start crossing some boundaries at that point, I have a
yeah.
feeling.
Well, I think that we just have to play each other repetitively, one-on-one in different games.
You and me?
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Well,
down
sure,
here, but
yeah, you can join in.
We've been playing a lot of just a lot of quarters down here.
Saw that.
Yeah, and it's I've gotten just consistently worse, but it's about the only thing we have with quarters and disc golf, and then if it doesn't rain, we get regular golf.
Yeah, we're down
Okay.
kind of bad here.
Okay, speaking of one-on-one sports,
Mhm.
Chandler, you can be the judge of this. If
Okay.
we're saying that Alec and I are going to play each other in one-on-one sports, you have to pick which one of us is going to win.
What sport?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna name off several of them,
Okay.
and you have to let me know who you think will win.
Okay.
Basketball.
God, I don't really know how either of you play basketball. You're like the same height.
Do you have a shot, Pyeatt?
Yeah, you got a sweet J.
Oh yeah, I've got the sweetest J.
Mm.
Sweet D, sweet J. No, something tells me that Alec is probably more athletic, so he would be better at
I think I was
basketball.
gonna go Alec for basketball. It depends.
I would too.
I think you
can't
can
shoot,
definitely
though.
out muscle him. So if you get him in the paint, you got him there.
Yeah, I have to keep him outside. Yeah.
Yeah, you
it's
just
fine.
have to just bounce around like a fart in a skillet.
I
That'd
got
have to be your whole game.
significantly
Like a
better
fart
at
in a skillet.
basketball
Yeah.
once I
Okay,
understood what was
tennis.
going on. Tennis. Oh,
Uh,
interesting.
Have you played much tennis,
Only with Cubby a couple times.
Alec?
I have played
I'm quicker than I look, and I got the forearm.
Oh, well, we know how you built that forearm.
3
up.
at most.
You seen that?
one for sure. 3 at most, 1 for sure. I feel like maybe more than 1, but I'm not
Oh,
positive. My other thing is I'm quick back and forth.
lateral.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's a tough one.
Hmm.
The forearm sold me. I'm gonna go Pyeatt on
Okay.
tennis.
Okay, I'm gonna ask 2 more. Golf.
You got him on golf.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, but Alec, it seems like your strong suit. It sounds like might be baseball. Is that true?
Yes.
You made a claim in a podcast I was listening to, because I actually listened to your podcast,
Thank you.
Oh,
that-
thanks.
that you could bat 180 in single A.
Yeah, probably.
And you think that's true?
Yeah.
Like right now, if we threw you in there,
No,
you
not,
go ahead and bat 180?
Oh God, no, not right now.
Okay, well, I thought that's what you were getting at. I didn't know if you had some training, you got to practice,
No,
or
we were saying like you're putting us in the same situation. No, God, no, not right now. If you put me in right now, I would be lucky to hit 80.085. You know, like I am saying that if you gave me the same sort of training as Michael Jordan at the time, you know, like same preparation. I have a personal trainer. I have the money. I have the resources. I'm already in shape, you know, like, and you give me that same amount of time and you put me in that league with single A. Yes, I'm hitting that 100%.
if you had Jordan's money and resources and talent and everything, then you ought to
No,
just
no,
go
no, not
do drugs
his
on an
talent.
island, not
I'm-
go fucking try to play single A for
I'm not
the
saying
biscuits
his
or whatever.
talent. I'm
For
saying
the biscuits.
I keep my
The
own
Montreal
talent.
biscuits.
I keep my own talent. I am just able to, you know, work out.
But you have several
his
$1 million worth of resources.
Trainer, yeah, I can eat right.
Gotcha.
You
That
know,
does
I
make it a
understand
little
now.
better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's certainly not the most outrageous claim I've ever heard when it comes to sports. Chandler and I have a friend who said he could bat 200 in the majors right now.
Which is insanity.
Wow, really?
We
He
bring
thinks
that up. When's this episode going to air? Is this going to come out?
This will come out Wednesday, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We talk about in ours that's going to come out Thursday. We have a friend who could bat 200 in the majors right now, and he could kill a full-grown 600-pound silverback gorilla with a samurai sword.
And he made those claims. I mean, these
sober.
I don't know about sober, but he's been backing these
Somehow
claims.
I doubt it.
He's been backing these claims as long as I've been friends with all you guys. I mean, at least 4 or 5 years, ever since I started hanging out with you guys. He's always been backing it the whole time. He's never given up.
No, his story has stayed consistent. I mean, it's like a UFO sighting. He tells you the same thing every single time. So you almost want to believe him, but at the back of your mind, you know that it's total bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean, I appreciate his relentlessness, but nobody has ever agreed with him once.
I'm a little concerned.
No, as you should be.
And he's just got all the confidence in the world.
He is a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dumb bear for sure. There's zero doubt about that. That's not been questioned.
Yeah, that's no shit.
But yeah, he's always made those claims. It's insane. You got any more questions, Alec?
I do have more questions. So,
You have more of my tweets from when I was just a boy.
how old were you in 2015?
I was like a 27-year-old man. I was just kidding.
Just
A
young
full-grown
chap.
adult, but
Yep.
I was a full-grown adult.
Full-grown adult who tweeted on April 9th, 2015, day 6 inside the mist. Rations are starting to run low, and I'm worried the men's morale is going down.
Okay, I said that rations are starting to run low. Men's morale is going down.
You're worried about the men's morale going down.
Okay, did I give any hashtags or any clue to what the hell I was talking about?
You said it was the 6th day inside the mist.
did that movie come out around then?
You
6
had
day inside the what? I'm sorry.
the mist.
Maybe it was really foggy in April. I guess it could have been really foggy around home for a long time. I don't know.
Also, I'm thinking this is about the same time. You guys remember that Colonel Andrew Luck Twitter account?
Yeah.
Yes, it was awesome.
So that could have been the same time that was coming out, and you're just like, fuck it, I'll hop on board. This is a great format.
Yeah, I think I stole some off Colonel Andrew Luck. Was Andrew Luck actually running that account?
Yes, yes, he was. He was.
I like to think he was, because that account was fucking hilarious.
I like to think that Andrew Luck was writing handwritten letters to a man, to another guy, and then that guy would fucking type them up and tweet them.
It in his quill.
He'd like stamp it.
Dearest mother.
Yeah, he'd like pour the ink on, then put his stamp with the crest.
Someone would ride a horse to his tweeter.
Yeah. It's like the fucking Pony Express.
All right. Other things that we wish would happen, because this is a legitimate question that might help people in the real world. Ever notice that the Ghostbusters didn't give out their number? You tweeted on April 30th, 2015.
Well, I mean, that's true. The Ghostbusters never did give out their number.
Thinking about it, it's like, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. It's like, well, it's not like 911. It's not like talk to you.
Is there a 1-800?
Yeah.
I don't remember saying any of this shit. And that one's actually kind of witty. Way to go.
Yeah.
Younger.
Round of applause for 2015 Pyeatt.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I like to poke the button.
Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. Let's hear it.
Wrong.
Good God.
That's the best button.
On 9/14/14, you tweeted, got an apple pie blizzard on the way to Colorado. Turned around and came home because nothing is going to top that.
There you go.
Facts.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm just spitting facts. Like I said, I don't remember sending anything.
And if you're on your way to Colorado, that means you're going through like Nebraska. So, I mean, at the time,
okay,
it was
you're like, all right, let's just turn around.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah, that's a fair point. Fuck that. I don't want to go any farther to this shithole.
Yeah.
And I imagine that an apple pie blizzard would taste so much better once you finally got to Colorado than it did in Nebraska.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yep.
Why do you think that?
Oh, I mean, they say that whenever you get higher elevation, that your taste buds actually sharpen and food tastes better.
It's interesting.
That's why there's more breweries out there.
Good fact. Good fact for everybody.
So did I tell you on that? Because I totally made it up.
No, not really.
Is that a hashtag fun fact?
Fun facts.
What? That's your fun fact?
Yeah.
Clearly not a listener.
That's our
unbelievable.
That's our conspiracy corner, and that's their fun fact button.
Yeah. We need to come up with a pop quiz button sometime.
You know what? I'm going to.
I'll work on that.
I'm going to listen now for sure.
It's good. I mean,
right now you're going to just throw it on while we're doing this.
Well, let me finish my questions for you, and then you give me some of your pop quiz questions. I'm curious.
Okay, go ahead.
So my last two are on 2 days before Chandler's birthday.
October 2nd.
Well, actually, sorry. That's a lie. That's a lie. It's 8 days after your birthday.
October 12th.
2015.
These haven't really been questions. You've just been reading my tweets and then looking at me, and I have to like defend them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I want you to explain it.
It's the people's court.
Can you explain that
Okay.
Steve Spurrier,
I'm ready.
Steve Spurrier has given up.
What year was this?
2015.
I don't even know where he was then.
Giving up. Where is he now?
Well, the last I knew, he was with the AAF. He coached one of the Florida teams. I don't know what he's doing now. I think now you just see him with a Florida visor on up in the fucking box.
That was
so it sounds like he gave up.
That was a softball question for you to just hammer home. Be like, yeah. I mean, you answered it correctly. Where is he now? Yeah. I just expected
I saw the writing on the wall.
Yes, you did. I just wanted to know how you knew.
You know, I just kind of have that gift when I can look at somebody and tell that they're no longer into this.
Interesting, because my next one for you is, hey, Joe Buck, I don't think Madison Baumgartner likes you, quotation marks around likes you. Sorry to break the news to you. 10/29/14.
So 10/29/14, I believe that the Royals were playing a series against the San Francisco Giants.
The World Series.
It was the World Series. And I've never hated anybody more than Madison Bumgarner except for Joe Buck at that point. I wish I would have said something much nastier to him, but apparently that's all I had in the arsenal.
You held back.
I hope it hurt his feelings a little bit.
Really cut him down.
You didn't at him.
What's that?
You didn't at him, like on Twitter. You didn't send it.
I'm not
his
that good
account.
at social media or technology, if you haven't ever noticed.
I love
like I've always said, it's a fucking miracle that I can figure out how to do this stuff.
I remember Madison Bumgarner made my blood curl back then. I was so fucking mad.
Didn't he play back-to-back nights?
Yeah, and he was bad. He was hitting too.
Oh.
It was pissing me off because you're playing in the NL, so he was hitting, and I think he hit a home run or a triple or something on us. I just remember wanting to break the TV, and Joe Buck was just stroking him.
Oh yeah, Joe Buck.
I mean, I don't like Joe Buck, but I'm fine with Madison Bumgarner.
I've actually liked Joe Buck a lot more during quarantine because he started announcing. He sent out a tweet and was like, anybody can submit a video and I'll dub over it and announce it.
He
and it
did
was
the
really
Brock
funny.
Meyer show.
Yeah, he was on Brockmeyer.
Yeah, a ton of different things.
He's
multifaceted.
I think outside of those two World Series and certain the Sunday football games, I like him.
I think Joe Buck is really good at his job, and sometimes his job is getting a little rile out of you.
Yeah, so he succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think Joe Buck's a fuck, and he just gets a pass because his dad was Jack Buck.
That's a good point as well.
Jack Buck named his son Joe Buck.
Yeah. Jack Buck loved strip clubs too.
Huh.
Is that true?
Yeah, he wrote about it in his book.
You read Jack Buck's book?
No, I just listened to Joe Buck talk about it. I told you I don't read.
What about Harry Carey? Now, there's a guy that I actually like.
Here's
Harry
a guy.
Carey. Probably, no, fuck that. But Harry Carey's probably the best announcer of all time.
There definitely, I'm a huge Tirico fan, Mike Tirico, because he can just do any sport ever, and he's so consistent and good, across the board. But they're definitely the one, Dan Fouts. Hate Dan Fouts.
I'm not a Dan Fouts fan. Do you like Romo?
He's grown on me. His ad, he's I don't know, Jim. You see, right? And Jim Nance. I like Jim Nance too.
Here's the thing: is if your bar is booger, yeah, I like Romo. You're goddamn right.
Booger's fucking terrible. I heard he got fired. He's gone.
Good.
I don't know. I haven't been really keeping up, but that would be nice.
Away.
I wonder who they're going to do Monday night. Tessitore,
also.
On football, he's not great. He also went during the Fury Wilder fight. He lost his fucking marbles when Fury was licking the blood. You would have thought a man was stabbed on television.
I mean, that kind of makes it entertaining. I'm so worried about it.
We watched that together, didn't we? Weren't you up at Kurt's for the Fury fight?
I don't think I was.
For some reason, I was thinking you were. I showed up there shit-faced halfway through the fight and bet Revan $100 and passed out in the 6th round. And your dad, I think, had to drive me home.
I think probably drove you there too, so you didn't drive drunk. Correct.
That's right. Yes. Definitely did not drive myself there drunk. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the match?
I was going to bring that up. I did. I watched the match 2.0. What are your thoughts?
Well, I thought it was, a really good one. I'm glad that the weather was shitty. I kind of, wanted to see him play in nice weather, but I figured this was going to add a whole nother dynamic. It would make the amateurs play like shit, which it definitely did.
Yeah, Tom Brady is just like anybody else. I was like, man, I think I could fucking hit it in the woods just like he does.
Exactly. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, I can go out and spray it into the water and into the trees and everything else. But the first 7 or 8 holes, he was shit.
You busted your pants open like him before.
That's true. He definitely split his fucking britches. Did you see that?
Yeah, what happened there? I did.
No,
And,
no clue.
And he immediately had a new pair.
Well, because he's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Yes.
I have no clue. He said he went out and played 18 that morning, and then
Which was dumb.
and then came in and was hitting practice balls. I was like, What are you doing? He's like, I've taken about 3,000 swings, and Phil and Tiger have taken like 3. And I was like, yeah, you probably want to be decently fresh.
Yeah, I mean, the most I would ever hit before a round would be like a small bucket of balls. I'm sure.
Yeah, go out and golf
not playing
3
18.
holes.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, go play
If you're-
3 holes
you're-
and drink 2 beers, and then you'll be perfect.
If you're going to play a tournament at Rockport, go play 1, 2, and 3. Head back up the hill, and you're loose.
Yeah, you're prime.
You're ready to go.
I thought that there were some great things that should be implemented into golf all the time. Like, why don't we have these carts that are rigged up with mics and cameras all the time?
I would be all for that. At least for some tournaments, like probably like the Opens and stuff.
Yeah, or
they're
even
going to
just
want
for
to keep
Sunday.
that classic. That would be cool.
Yeah, because it's
But
like,
no-
Well,
yeah.
the caddy has to drive then.
that's sure.
Well, I'm saying it's a requirement because there are tournaments where the caddy carries their like clubs.
Yeah, that's
but
like
yet
every
the
tournament.
actual player is driven around in a cart.
They're okay. Yeah, for
Like
certain people, but
seniors or
yeah, and like John
things
Daly
like
got that
yeah.
pass not too long ago. But I mean, I think carts would shave a good amount of time off of these matches, anyways. Which I mean, not everybody has 5-6 hours to sit down for 4 days in a row and watch
No.
golf. Like I'm just gonna watch the highlights the first few days, and then like at least Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'll try to watch as much as I can. But like today, on Sunday, it took a little longer with the weather, and then they were trying to do all those promotions for the fundraising, which was great. They raised $20 million, and
Yeah, and I liked how guys kept calling in. Like Brooks Koepka was
That was
calling
awesome.
in, making fun of Tom Brady.
They were-
Here's $100,000. You can actually get a par and shit like
yeah,
that.
Russell
No,
Wilson.
I thought it was
and-
a great deal.
Yeah, they were like in
Yeah.
their ear. Like they were like Tom Brady was standing on the tee box talking to Brooks Koepka, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking try to hit this shot here, and he's like, oh yeah, good luck, Tom. You've been playing like shit this whole time.
You're gonna spray it, you fucking hack.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically what Brooks Koepka was saying.
Give me that more often. I want these guys like it's the same thing. We've talked about it before in like spring training. They'll have the baseball players like mic'd up and have a earpiece in, and they'll like I think it was Chris Bryant or Rizzo was in the batter's box this spring training before Corona, and he was like, they're like, what pitch do you think's coming? He's like, I don't know. Somebody banged the trash cans for me. Like right before the fucking pitch came in, making fun of the Astros live. It's like,
No shit.
yeah, he was like, somebody banged the trash cans for me, and then just took a strike. Like he had no clue what was coming. And it's like, I want that on the golf course. I want like Brooks Koepka to strike one and be like, God damn it, that one's off to the left. Like, fuck.
Yeah, bingo. I want to hear him, call somebody a bitch and stuff like that.
Yeah, like hope a
I fucking
spectator
love
kicked
Brooks
that one
Koepka.
back in. I like Brooks as well.
Big Brooks Koepka fan. He is jacked.
Yeah,
And his wife wants to bang Tiger Woods pretty bad.
that was a great meme. Did you see that?
No,
It was
what?
from the Masters like 2 years ago
I was
or a
there.
year ago. Or where was it? Oh, it was the U.S. Open in St. Louis, right?
Oh shit. No, you're right. Well, actually,
I can't remember. It was one of these tournaments where Tiger was finishing top
it was
4 or 5.
It was the last Masters that Tiger won. That's exactly right.
And there was just it created a huge meme, but it was Tiger walking into the clubhouse after he had just won, and like Brooks was standing there, and they're great friends. So he went up and like dapped Brooks up, and Brooks's girlfriend, wife, whatever, was standing to the left, and as Tiger walked by, her neck like snapped over to the side, and she was just staring right at Tiger. And
She was wanting to bang Tiger
Yeah.
pretty bad.
did you know Alec's first concert he ever went to was High School Musical?
True.
Oh shit! On purpose?
It was a gift. Thank you for asking.
I just missed the High School Musical thing. I've never seen one, but I mean, I've heard great things. I've heard people who actually went and saw it. It was actually kind of cool.
Well, growing up at that time, like my celebrity crush was Ashley Tisdale, which was like one of the main characters of it. So
Wasn't like Zac
Had to-
Efron not at the one you went to? Or something. Corbin Bleu.
Corbin Bleu wasn't there.
One of the main people.
I think it was just Corbin. I'm not for sure. I know that
There's a guy named Cordon Bleu.
Corbin.
Yes.
Like mentor.
Jesus. Okay, gotcha.
So they had a replacement for a lot of for whoever wasn't there, but there were
a lot of them got
people,
big gigs off of that, so they're like, I can't go fucking
tour
around
some people
and do concerts.
were only available for some dates, but not others.
Interesting. What was your first concert, real quick?
I was just going to ask you the first thing, or the same thing, what your first concert was.
Mine was a Tim McGraw Faith Hill concert in Omaha, Nebraska.
Man, shit, I really can't remember what my first concert was. And that's no bullshit. I know the first concert I ever drove myself to was Dane Cook, but I don't think that I ever went to like a concert really before that.
Dane Cook was fire back then. It's a different Dane Cook.
Yeah. How do you feel about him now? How do you feel about him now?
Dane Cook now?
Yeah, is
well,
he
hasn't.
funny?
I don't think he's put out any material since
the last Dane Cook thing you saw. Was it funny?
Yeah, it was hilarious. And this, keep in mind, this was probably like 2009.
This
I
is
think.
prime
so,
Dane Cook.
She's Out of My League.
He was
or
very
the
relevant.
The grocery store movie.
Oh, Employee of the Month. That's a great movie.
Ugh.
Yeah, that movie was. You didn't like that
A
movie?
98 Honda? How dare you?
No,
yeah, Dak Shepard.
Yeah,
that was a funny movie.
Yeah,
fucking great movie. And what did you say yours was, Chandler? I'm sorry.
Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. It was all right.
I bet you were so happy.
Oh well, yeah. Had a barbecue stand in my white T-shirt.
Just a boy out there in your black leather cowboy hat.
Yeah, you know it. I
well, because you are a cowboy.
Should have been a cowboy. I've
seen pictures.
You should have learned to rope
and ride.
The whole deal.
I still have that concert T-shirt somewhere because it was one of those classic deals where they're like, we have smalls, larges, and double XLs. It's like they didn't have mediums or extra large, so I just had to buy a large at the time, and so I still have it somewhere.
I'm just going to buy a large, and I cannot wait to grow into this. I'm going to love this shirt forever.
Once I finally get my driver's license, people are going to go crazy when I wear this around town. Yeah, that was a long time.
Did they go crazy?
It was about 6 months later, and I was like, man, I'm never going to wear this shirt ever again.
And WC was like, Chandler, you're never wearing this shirt. You're going to get way too many girls pregnant if you go riding around in this.
Had to put it under lock and key. Yeah.
Maybe on like your 30th birthday, he's going to get it out for you.
He'll whip it out, dust it off.
WC's going to whip it out on your 30th birthday. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. God damn it. So I know we were talking about golf. Are you going to try to get out and golf a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. I'm actually going tomorrow since it's wetter and shit up here. Shive and I are going to go meet over at Mazingo, probably about 11 o'clock. And I imagine fully get into the beers. But since, I've got, more help and everything this summer, I'm going to try to dedicate a lot more time to playing golf.
You stepping back a little bit, taking some time off?
Yeah. Well, and I had that back surgery here a couple years ago, so I couldn't play at all.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, I think 2018 in June or July, I had a microdiscectomy.
Oh man!
So I pretty much didn't play golf up to that point because I couldn't even stand up straight. And then after that, I couldn't lift more than 10 pounds for like 6 months or whatever. Insert dick joke there. So I just didn't play golf at all.
But now you're back to swinging the old rod.
Yes. Well, I've only played 2 or 3 times so far this year, but that's way ahead of average from how it's been the last.
Really?
2 or 3.
How many times do you typically masturbate a year?
How many times do I masturbate a year?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You said 2 to 3.
I don't know, a couple hundred, pretty easy.
What the?
Always throwing ropes.
All right.
It depends on how much time I get to myself.
Well,
you want to talk about jerking?
No. That was way more than I needed.
You just asked me how many times do you masturbate?
He's an open book. We've already discussed that part.
Yeah, well, Chandler made an innuendo, and I thought it would be funny, and then you came back with an answer that was way more real than I expected.
To get back to golf,
You're not going to make me blush, bud.
at your prime.
I'm not
how
trying
many?
to, Mister,
God
100
damn.
times a year. You already have. Trust me, we got to go deep, dark down to like make you blush or something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's possible.
What did you say, Champ?
At your prime, how many rounds of golf were you playing a year?
In my prime, so how I basically got started playing golf was my babysitter. So mom would drop me off at the golf course from the time I was like 8 years old until I was old enough to drive myself over there. And then when I was 15, 16, I was probably playing at least no less than 36, probably sometimes 72 holes a day. That's about all I ever did for a long time. So I really fucking
Jesus
burnt myself out on it.
72 holes?
Yeah, I burnt myself out on golf bad when I was younger.
You're an addict. You were.
And shit, until I was like probably 21, 22, I would not drink on the golf course. Like I was real strict about that.
Yeah, you're just true. You're like this. Hey, we're here to golf.
Yeah, and then I got to playing with Shive and everybody all the time, and then, I'd have a couple beers, and now we just go out and get totally fucking slaughtered and realize it doesn't really change my game anyways. And what the hell if I shoot 5 strokes worse, what the fuck do I really care anyways? You going to try to get into a little bit more golf this year?
Well, will you describe Shive to the listeners?
The Eagle.
Oh, the Eagle? Or
well, I mean, people who are listening to us might not know who that is.
Brett the Eagle Shive. He's one of my all-time best friends. Tall, good-looking, 6'2", probably 185 pounds.
Voice like Scottie Pippen.
He's got a...
How many times have you kissed him?
He does have a voice like Scottie Pippen. That's pretty good.
You guys held hands? Yeah. If you, like, listen, I'm trying to think of a good word for him. Like, if he was saying a word like succotash would be like a good word for him to say, like succotash. Like I don't know. He's got that deep like velvet. It's literally like velvet. His voice.
Succotash is what you came up with?
I don't know what I said.
Succotash.
Yeah, it'd be.
Man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is Charles Barkley territory.
Pyeatt's not the best at impressions. If you tune into the Looking Glass Club podcast, you'll quickly learn his Scottish is very much just an Australian every time, as hard as he tries.
Yep. I try so hard.
Do you have?
I just get set up.
You have your quiz questions?
Oh, my pop quiz?
Correct.
Shit, man, I didn't really come up with one for you. I didn't know that I was actually going to be asking you guys one on here today. Let me think.
Or any fun facts.
Yeah, you think I forget these things? I'm a professional.
You are. Maybe the best I've ever seen. Why, did you bring a fun fact in today?
I
don't know what you know about research, but 2015, 2014 is not that recent.
Yeah, you really dug deep into my past.
It was a fun little dive, honestly.
I'm sure there's even some better ones out there.
Pyeatt's been a good guy for a while, honestly. No, they're like pretty solid.
Well, like dirt. I'm not thinking like dirt, but like funny tweet, like the.
I bet there are some
like
funny
similar
tweets.
to the Ghostbusters one, just one where you're just sitting there like. They never fucking gave me a number. What the fuck? Like,
what happens if you see a ghost?
Like who in the fuck am I supposed to call? Just say, hey Siri, call Ghostbusters. Hey, hey Alexa. If anybody's playing this on a speaker, hey Alexa, call the Ghostbusters.
What if your Alexa is haunted?
God.
Yeah, and this was in the 70s. They were fucked.
Yeah.
There was no Alexa.
You call the operator. You just dial O or dial 0 and like, hey, connect me to the Ghostbusters. Like, we already got 20 people backed up. Like you have to wait.
Because there's 4 guys who answer to the same call every
There's
time.
There's one fucking phone in that old haunted firehouse.
The economics of the Ghostbusters, you're right, just really don't work. I mean, the demand has to be so high.
They were in New York City. That's another thing. Like,
imagine all the haunting.
Is it just the upper echelon that can afford a ghost busting?
I think it was just the best / worst ghost? I don't know.
They had no prices. They had no number.
Yeah, who was paying them?
Yeah. Those things did not just, appear. Those suits.
Now that I think about it, guys, maybe we should become the Ghostbusters. It doesn't seem like it's that hard to do.
Yeah, you pretty much just call yourself a Ghostbuster and you're there.
Well,
That's all.
we need to make apparently a film.
Like a reel?
Like something that hypes us up as Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we just need
parody porn. Yeah, I'm on board.
God
Go
damn
on.
it. We need to get.
Why would you say it?
You need to start listening to the podcast more. These
if
all
you want to get a lot of
sense.
If you want to get a lot of views quick,
yeah,
parody porn.
Now we're see, these are the tips and tricks that this is how you become a successful podcast. A successful podcast. Yeah, we'll just put some. Do you have some like
say a sex festival podcast?
Yeah, successful.
Yes, sex festival.
Yeah, we'll just put some. Do you have some like backpack spray rigs, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I can rig some up.
Yeah, we'll just put those on and we'll make a quick video.
I have a suit.
Do they have to shoot electricity out of them?
Suit.
Well, that'll go in post.
I was going to say that's going to get a little trickier. Hopefully you can just edit something in there because I don't know how to make them actually shoot electricity out or whatever the fuck was going on with that.
Something.
I think we just talked about Ghostbusters in our last podcast.
You did. Yeah, you guys talked about the newest Ghostbusters. Did you watch the newest one?
No.
Yeah, that's pretty much the conversation they had about it too.
Yeah, because Shy was like, you guys talking about the succotash. You talking about the new Ghostbusters? And we're like, no, fuck no. What are you babbling about?
I don't know a single person who's actually watched that.
Nobody. Nobody's going to watch this. It's a shit show, I'm sure.
Why?
Just bad.
Okay.
Just all bad. Do you even remember it?
I know. You saved him. That was
No, they already that already came.
Those bait. Pyeatt.
Okay.
Be more prepared.
Alec, you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Would you accidentally rather shit the bed at your girlfriend's place or send a dick pic to your dad?
Shit the bed at my girlfriend's place. Easily.
You answered that really quick.
You knew. He was ready.
Yeah.
Had that one holstered.
You guys must be really close already.
I was waiting for somebody to ask me this. Been waiting for months.
Finally, shit the bed.
Yeah. Easy. Done and done. What are you talking
How do
about?
I explain the dick pic to my dad?
Fucking Bruce wouldn't have any idea what he was even getting. Like he would not even know.
He sees it. He knows enough that he would open that picture.
He knows too much.
And see dick. Like that is enough that it's not happening.
I got a fun fact. Did you guys know? Fun fact. Did you guys know elephants have toenails but not toes?
What? Is that true?
It's true.
I did not know that.
Did you know about them having nipples?
Oh yeah.
Elephants also have nipples?
Yeah.
They have like
they have full on titties.
Elephants
they
have like
titties.
Instead of like how a cow has udders in the back, elephants have like two tits up front between their front legs instead of their back legs.
So like tits like a human lady.
Yes, a human lady.
More like that. A human lady. I was trying to keep that as PC as I possibly could.
Yeah, just like,
oh, you mean like a human lady?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that. Alec brought that up. That was on. We talked about that a long time ago, but he showed me the pictures. It's very weird. I would have not expected that. I don't know how I've never seen a picture like that before.
Yeah, exactly. You think that'd be a pretty juicy meme?
Pyeatt, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Everybody go check out the Looking Glass Duck Club podcast. Comes out every Thursday at 5 a.m. sharp. And
all thanks to you, Champler.
Oh, I don't know about that. I do appreciate it, though. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. You're always a great time, great guest. And it was a good one.
Yes.
My pleasure, guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Anytime. And hey, you got to come on ours sometime soon. You promise.
For sure. All right.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sneak out.